Hello and welcome back to Derpy Dungeons. This is Yazwell and today we are playing a game called Process of Elimination. Sorry about that, I forgot the name of the game. Had to go look. Yep, if anyone's to blame, then we may as well be wild math guessing. That's an impact. If I ever saw one. I examine everyone's faces again. Their eyes are filled with the suspicion and hostility that wasn't there before. I believed I could trust them just moments ago, but now a dark shadow hangs above us. If the culprit already fled, we'll never track down Senior Detective's killer. But if they're still here, they could very well be among us. Either way, it's a bitter pill to swallow. It's no surprise the team's morale has taken a hit. Stiff upper lip, ladies and gentlemen. This investigation hasn't ended yet. Holmes' voice dispels the gloom. It's true. Regardless of our actions, the reality of the situation is a tragic one. However, it's a detective's duty to attend to the aftermath of any tragedy. If we hesitate, who else will take the mantle? Huh? Holmes sends a wink my way before making her announcement. As mentioned previously, the culprit made one fatal error, which I shall now share with you all. After all, reversing tragedies is precisely what we must do, ladies and gentlemen. The group falls silent, listening intently to what Idea has to say. For this particular trick, anyone could have performed the killing act, so long as the proper preparations were made. It's possible the perpetrator has already fled, though if they are still present, they could very well be part of the DA. How does Holmes intend to turn such a desperate situation around? I believe someone has yet to share their theory. Incompetent, you know whom I refer, yes? The investigator who hasn't spoken yet is... Shit. So I took a little bit of a break here, and I don't remember. Let's see. I don't think Armor had a theory, did he? I think Bookworm did. Is there any evidence? I really don't remember. No, I think Armor did have a theory. Which one was Rowdy? Was Rowdy the one... Rowdy's the girl that likes to fight, right? I hate this because I think this is like the final trust level of this person, and I feel like if I would have done this before ending the last stream... I keep calling it stream. I need to stop that. I feel like I would know. So, let's see, what all did Rowdy say in this game? I can't even remember if she was defending me or if she was against me. Armor was defending me. I mean, that's what Armor does. And Bookworm and her, I guess, dad? I'm going to choose the wrong answer here, but I have a 1 in 3 shot to choose it. I think Bookworm said something. I want to click on Bookworm because she's the most meek of the three. Like, it makes the most sense that she would keep quiet. So my brain keeps telling me that that's what I should be choosing. But I'm pretty sure the Bookworm had something to say. The Bookworm. I don't think Rowdy said anything. Not in a while, anyway. I'm gonna choose Rowdy. I do believe. Okay. Rowdy? Wrong. You sick in the head or something? I already said I was standing guard outside. Alright, stay calm, just think. The investigator who hasn't spoken yet is... Bookworm. Armor was standing outside too. No? Okay, good. Bookworm, you were looking at the fireplace when you noticed something, right? What was it you saw? So you were spying on me then? Get lost and die, Humbert, said the girl to the perverted youth, her detest for him clear on her face. What? No, that's not. That's enough, Bookie. Apologies, incompetent. I'm afraid her social graces are a bit lacking. Oh, don't worry about it. I gave a strained laugh as I attempt to recover from the mental blow I was just dealt. Weren't you chomping at the bit to tell everyone about the fireplace? Come out and say it. I intend to whether or not I was asked, huffed the girl matter-of-factly before beginning her explanation. When we first entered, this fire was lit. Something felt off about this, so I spent my time pondering the matter. The girl began. Something was off? What matter are you talking about? This style of hearth isn't commonplace in this country, so it's no surprise that you would be unaware that these fires don't burn for long. Unless wood is added regularly, they will not last more than 6 hours. Even 5 would be an exceptional amount of time. So it really needs to be tended to. But isn't it possible someone started a fire because they were feeling cold? I know it's March, but this island gets pretty chilly. No proper detective would use a fireplace as a crime scene. You sexual deviant, said the girl, chiding the would-be offender. Oh, right. It says Bookie says, I doubt there is a soul among us who would use a fireplace in this situation. The only individual who would is the culprit. They had some incentive to ignite these flames, and it happened within the last several hours. You both noticed something vital. The very act of lighting the fire was quite a blunder on the perpetrator's behalf. It appears they were unaware of how long the fire would burn, but that is precisely why they lit it. There was no other choice. They had to light the fire? Indeed. All to dispose of the gloves necessary to manipulate the wire saw. Saying this, Holmes fishes a single black glove from her pocket and waves it at us. As you all know, said wire saw is so fine that it requires specially made gloves to handle, gloves which the culprit possessed. Were these gloves to be found on any of our persons, the owner would be quite suspect. Ergo, their only recourse was to burn them. With that, Holmes flings the gloves into the fireplace. He disappears into the flames, hissing all the while. It may have been made of sturdy material, but it clearly was not fireproof. I managed to find the burned remains of a glove in the fireplace, the girl reported to the chief. So the gloves didn't burn entirely, despite the heat. Perhaps forming a pact with the Ifrits would have better served them. Not sure what that means, so we'll just ignore that, the girl said dismissively. Brilliant discovery, Bookworm. From this we can deduce that the culprit lit this fire in an attempt to dispose of the gloves. Now, what further conclusions can we draw? I'm sure you could tell us, Mystic. Naturally. Had the culprit escaped the manor, they could have discarded the gloves any number of ways, not least of which being the ocean. The fact that they attempted to do so within the manor instead suggests that a getaway was not in the cards. Yes, precisely so, Mystic. The sole path from Gormenghast to Snox is a straight shot. Apart from that, there is only a cliff. No person could easily descend. Most importantly, during the several hours after our arrival, we never failed to keep watch. Not one soul fled from this building. Put in another way, whoever lit the fire is still inside the manor as we speak, said the girl following the chief's logic. They're still inside the manor? The detectives eye each other suspiciously. But of course, why wouldn't they? As the culprit is still inside the manor, that means they're hiding within our group. Remain calm, ladies and gentlemen. While it is dispiriting to have the culprit among us, there is one fact more critical than any other. The fact that the quartering duke is, without question, inside this very manor. But how can you be so sure? It's all thanks to your turning up here, incompetent. Me? What do you mean? Holmes chuckles lightly before continuing. The quartering duke, you see, did not account for your presence. Two fatal errors suggest this is the case. Firstly, a trace of the crime still remains. Had it all gone accordingly, I suspect the original plan would leave no such evidence. Then, as Renegade pointed out, we would have assumed the Duke already escaped, throwing our investigation into disarray. I see. If the Duke's goal wasn't to put us off his scent, there wouldn't have been any need to engineer such a complex murder. For all intents and purposes, this should have been an unsolvable case. However, Incompetent triggered the trap earlier than anticipated. What's more, he passed out in the entranceway. The culprit was likely panicking inside the manor. With all the windows fitted, the front door was the only means of escape. But with this boy unconscious by the door, the chance of him walking and catching them as they fled was too great a risk. With no knowledge of his background or ability, it would be unwise to try and kill him. As the others were en route, the culprit opted to hide. Flustered, they saw their chance and used the fireplace to dispose of the evidence. Well, my deduction is quite sound, yes? No one contradicts Holmes' statements. She's right. If there was any irregularity in the culprit's plan, it would be me. I may lack experience and I failed to save Senior, but it's thanks to me that a major flaw was introduced into the murderer's plan. It's a bit ironic, really. What can I say? I never considered that possibility. You have some nerve saying that after all your misleading comments. I'd wager that you had this figured out, but decided to stir the pot anyway. Now, wait just a moment. How can you be so certain the courting duke is in the culprit? The duke's murders are characterized by two simultaneous victims. Even with the deceased staff here, the case is entirely different. Therein lies their second mistake, Posh. Posh falls silent. Holmes turns her gaze to me, then smiles coldly before getting into the heart of the matter. In the original plan, the individual who opened the door was intended to spring the trap and die alongside Senior Detective. That is to say, failing to produce a second victim was the quartering duke's greatest mistake. Beg pardon? Oh. Now I remember when the trap sprung, I felt a pain in my head that led me to avoid the trap. By all means, I should have died right there. In other words, I narrowly avoided a tragic fate as the quartering duke's latest victim. Hold on. It may be quick to assume this was the duke's doing, just because there could have been two victims. It may just be another copycat, you feel me? Stop asking questions you know the answer to, Renegade. A fellow serial killer such as yourself ought to understand, This was not simply to sow the seeds of discord. It was a declaration of war. Killing Senior in such a risky way is proof of that. Reveal the truth or you will all be dismembered. That is what he means to tell us. Things are getting interesting. I, for one, am ready to have a ball, my dear Holmes. With Renegade Detective satisfied, Holmes claps once, turning attention back to her. Very good. Now, to briefly summarize. The Quartering Duke came to the island a few days prior to our arrival, murdering all personnel present. He affixed Senior Detective to the chandelier, ensuring he would be killed when it descended. Following that, the Duke left the manor. Later, while we were at the research facility, he sent a message to me using Senior's voice, luring a portion of our group back to the manor. In doing so, whoever opened the door to the manor would die at the same moment as Senior Detective, producing 2 victims, the Duke's modus operandi. This was also meant to conceal the Duke's presence and facilitate his escape amidst the chaos. Or so went the plan, at least. But it was that exact moment when things went awry, when an unforeseen individual triggered the trap earlier than expected. This deviation prevented the culprit from fleeing in their panic. They disposed of the evidence in the fireplace, but it didn't burn completely. So concludes my synopsis. Now we must ask, where is the Quartering Duke? Surely as the irregularity you can tell us incompetence. So my options are, he's still inside the manor, he is still inside the manor, or the third option, which I think is what I'm going to go with, is he's still inside the manor. Nah, I'm just playing. I'm going to go with the second one. It's the better choice. The Quartering Duke is inside the manor. Precisely, the Quartering Duke himself stands among our ranks. We must take advantage of this opportunity, competent as French. Having suffered blow after blow, it is now our turn to act. The game is afoot. Let us bring an end to the tragedy drenched in defeat. Victim, Senior Detective. Culprit unknown. Cause of death dismembered by wire saw. Sequence. The culprit killed Senior Detective from afar by using the chandelier trap and wire saw. Notes, this gimmick was set up in advance, making it hard to pin down the culprit. They remain unidentified, but must be inside the manor. 100% S rank. Sure thing, girl, but can we, put a pause on the whole investigation thing? Given the situation, downtown's casual demeanor feels monumentally out of place. We've pretty much solved the mystery. All we gotta do now is, catch the bad guy, yeah? Why don't we take a break and chill for a bit? No lie, I'm mad hungry right now. Besides, it's not like talking in circles is gonna go anywhere if we're all running on empty.
Hear, hear, Lady Downtown. Pray tell us heed her wisdom. The culprit was unable to make their escape, correct? In which case we ought to regain our strength and prepare for the battles to come.
A valid point. Factoring in travel time, we've been going at it non-stop for about a day and a half so far. Holmes chuckles ruefully at downtown and Armor's comments, but speaks with a clear, firm voice. Let us take turns standing watch at the door. In the meantime, as downtown suggested, the rest of us can relax and enjoy a meal. With Holmes' words, the group lets out a collective sigh of relief. No one has to say it, we're all clearly exhausted. The detectives chatter away as we head towards the dining room. The atmosphere has finally become calm and relaxed. Despite that, the tightness in my chest won't disappear. I groan quietly as I feel another migraine coming on. Just like when the chandelier fell. As if I'm not myself. Hey, you good, dude? Does your head feel okay? I've got some painkillers if you need them.
You mustn't overexert yourself. Hold tight, for I shall be your steed to the dining hall.
It's fine. I really don't need to be carried. After some time, the pain recedes, but I can't understand it. Why is my body such a wreck right now? Hey, downtown. Could I get one of those painkillers later? Just in case. Sure, no prob! Just don't forget you owe me one now. I do? Now, come on, let's hit the dining hall. Don't want anyone getting all sus about us hanging back too long, you know? Downtown doesn't wait for me to respond, instead pulling my hand and leading me into the dining hall. The dining room is buzzing with chatter. Some ingredients were left in the refrigerator, so gourmet detective cooked us a meal. Workaholic, renegade, and doleful agree to keep watch while the rest of us gather around the lengthy dining room table. Alright everyone, soup's on! I already tasted the ingredients for poison, so kick back, relax, and enjoy the meal! But poison? But that could have killed you. It would have been much easier and safer to use my friend's friend, Becky. No worries, little man. Bit of the stuff ain't enough to bring down gourmet anyway. It's like this, see? She could cover down any old poison if it was a soda pop. Oh, Rowdy. When you put it like that, I practically sound like a monster. I sampled all sorts of toxins since I was a kid, so I guess I've built up a tolerance. Cyanide has too much of a kick, though, even for me. So you really do have a super palate. How alarmingly impressive. Oh my gosh, this kid is the bomb. You're like just as good as cooking as you are at eating, roommate. Indeed, the sauce is excellent, rich yet refreshing, with a complex taste that lingers in the mouth. Just what is this sauce precisely, Downtown? Figure it out, won't you? Who, me? How should I know? Can we at least give the mystery-solving shtick a rest while we're eating? But life is full of mysteries, is it not? As detectives, it's our job, our legacy even, to find them.
Eureka! This bittersweet flavor, it is surely lemon, is it not?
Not quite. I can't see lemons having any place in this sauce.
What? Rubbish! Lemons are exceptionally juicy!
So, who the heck wants a juicy sauce? Wait, how are you even gonna eat in all that metal?
Through the slits of my helm, of course, behold!
Ew! You are so nasty, like for real!
Do not slip your carrots into my soup, Bucky. Without them, you will be doomed to never grow any taller.
Carrots smell of dirt, they're disgusting, and I hate them, and although vitamins do impact your health, they won't affect the body's growth. Therefore, not eating them will not impede my height. Your logic is flawed, said the girl, swiftly destroying his flimsy argument.
Enough dawdling! Eat your dinner! Gourmet took the time to boil the carrots, making them both tender and easy to eat.
Listen to Mystic now, Bookworm. A detective cannot afford to be picky. My, how nostalgic. As a girl, I simply loathed bean sprouts. Refused to even take a single bite, in fact. But now they're my absolute favorites. Bean sprouts? That sounds like a rather humble meal for a... I'm doing the wrong voice. Bean sprouts? That sounds like a rather humble meal for a member of the distinguished Pinkerton family, the girl said, eyes growing wide.
Well, her family has fallen on hard times of late, and how does security work to make a living? Even so, you're looking at the woman who revived there.
You haven't the time for your heresy. The Pinkertons are now, as ever, the very finest of detectives. Rest assured, I shall reveal the true nature of the quartering Duke and unveil the truth. You'll all see soon enough. I'm unable to mask the surprise on my face as I listen to the others chat in harmony. Even after seeing something so horrible, they're still able to have a normal meal. It goes to show how amazing they really are. I, on the other hand, haven't been able to take a single bite of the food on my plate. Before me is a savory soup full of hearty veggies, toasted baguette slices, and fluffy eggs scrambled together with smoky meats. All the food looks as delicious as it is inviting, yet I can't will the hand holding my spoon to budge even an inch. No matter how hard I try, I can't keep the grisly sight from earlier out of my head. Everyone else saw the same thing as me, but I'm the only one paralyzed by it. How pathetic can I be? I mean, I'm a member of the Alliance myself. I need to strengthen my mental fortitude so murder scenes don't bother me this much. You look rather tense. Are you quite all right? Holmes is seated next to me, her voice a low whisper, such that only I can hear it. Sorry. Just had something on my mind. Don't worry about me. You're a poor liar. That murder scene robbed you of your appetite, didn't it? Huh? I got how easily she sees through me. It's plain as day from the look on your face, not to mention this is something everyone who fancies themselves a detective has gone through. Ah, right. I'll try to get used to it as quickly as I can. No, no need for that. Homicides aren't something you should get accustomed to. Huh? What do you mean? I blurted out the question before I can stop myself. Precisely what I said. It's not uncommon for detectives to encounter tragedy. But even so, we mustn't consider it a mere fact of life. Observe. Though the others seem cheerful, you'll catch a strange look on their faces from time to time. Such cheer is intentionally projected so as to cope with the tragedy we failed to prevent. They're doing it on purpose? Looking again at the group, I can see hints of tension during the lulls in conversation. I see. So it's not that everyone just instantly moved on from Senior Detective's murder. Rather, they're steeling themselves, shrouding their weaknesses as they continue to untangle this mystery. Anyone who considers death and violence a daily reality has no business calling themselves detectives. Those who are brave, who abhor tragedies, and work tirelessly to reverse the damage they cause, those are the true detectives. So too must you still yourself, Otto. Be a true detective, one who will never give in no matter what may befall you. Yeah. My hand is still frozen in place. I'm gripping my spoon. But no matter how long it takes, I'll finish this meal in front of me. Not only that, I'll become a real detective just like Holmes said. Everyone, come quick! Workaholic's voice echoes through the room. I turn to see his flustered face in the doorway. There's a bright light by the heliport next to the research facility. The culprit could be attempting to escape by air. What? The group rush outside the manor. Take a look over yonder. Just what could be making that glow? I'm sensing serious danger. Whatever it is, I don't think we should get close to it. Renegade points off into the distance where something is definitely shining. A paved area over there is a heliport, which means that light could belong to a helicopter. Though I didn't see anything there when I checked before. I'm seeing something. It's big and oval and standing on the heliport. It's painted black, so I can't make it out too good, but my gut says it's real bad news. Probably a trap set by the op. But we need to make certain if it truly is a helicopter, our inaction will allow the perpetrator to flee. Now wait one moment. We passed by the heliport earlier and there wasn't a single thing to be found. How could there suddenly be an entire aircraft? It's impossible. I have heard there's a hangar located beneath the heliport. They could have lured us to the manor in order to slip away. Which means we need to get moving at once. Without delay, Idea begins doling out orders to each detective. Workaholic, Posh, Downtown, Techie, Mystic, and Bookworm. All of you will stay here. Once we make our move, the enemy may target the manor. Be on your guard. Very well. We'll handle things here. Be careful, Chief. The base will not be breached on our watch. This I vow. Very good. I'm counting on you all, my fellow detectives. Armor, Rowdy, Gourmet, and Renegade, I want you to accompany me to the heliport. Doleful, get the high ground and keep watch. If anything seems amiss, contact me via D-pad immediately. I'd like to come too. Doleful interrupts Holmes, his voice wavering. Oh, with all that trembling and shaking, just look at the state you're in. You're sensing something quite horrific, aren't you? Are you certain you'll be alright? Just keeping watch with Rowdy would be doing plenty. I'm definitely afraid, but my ability only works if I myself am in danger. That's why I want to stay close, not keep my distance. Whole reason I'm here. Well said, little man. Don't sweat it. I've got your back, see? I may not look it, but I'm 17, you know. You're older than me? My bad, didn't mean to patronize. Just slug me to make it even. As for you, Incompetent, what will you do? What we discover may be even more disturbing than what we've encountered before. Will you remain at the manor or come with us? I will... Only option, go with Holmes. I will go with you. I'll come with you, Holmes. I'm a member of the DA myself, after all. Right. I'm glad to hear it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, onward toward the light. Let us see precisely what trap the enemy has laid for us. I feel an odd sensation of calm on the mountain path, despite the underlying tension. It's likely because I'm surrounded by so many talented detectives. As long as we're together, there's nothing we can't handle, I'm certain of it. And most importantly, Holmes is by my side. She's without a doubt the finest detective around. Her abilities are, well, idea as the chief of this skilled bunch. We've only spent a few hours together up until now, and yet, getting to experience the talents of the DA's members have been enough to eclipse even the Duke's overwhelming tyranny. Honestly speaking, no matter how fearsome this Duke is, I can't imagine these detectives could ever be defeated. Even with the uncertainty of whatever trap our investigation may uncover, I rest assured that everything will be fine. Well, Rowdy, we've descended quite a ways. Are you able to identify the source of that light yet? Nope, sorry. Can't make out the I can make out the outline, but no clue what it actually is. It don't seem like no helicopter I've ever seen, though. More like a giant metal drum with a huge shiny eye on it. A giant drum? It's getting increasingly difficult to determine what the object may be. Helicopter or not, we should have been able to identify it by now. Naturally, our pace begins to quicken. Careful, idea. Whatever it is, it smells terrible. This scheme is making me tingle. The perp's got a real knack for this.
Stay back, Sidolfo. No matter what befalls us, I shall protect you all.
Oh, okay. As we talk, the light draws nearer. Until... that sound. Shit, it started moving! Moving. As Ray shouts, the light which had been glowing in front of us begins to approach. At that moment, Dolphel's face goes white, and he lets out a cry beside me. Everyone, we need to run! My senses are telling me that certain death is coming. Back to the manor, ladies and gentlemen, make haste! At Holmes' command, we turn our backs to the light and begin to run. In the distance, I hear an ominous mechanical sound. The noise grows louder and louder until it's bearing down upon us. When I look back, a horrific figure is practically on top of the group.
Everyone! I shall rendezvous with you at the manor!
Armor! I hear Armor heading towards the sound, but then...
What is that?
Armor screams echo from behind. What could have happened? We need to help him, but is there anything we can do? What in the world is going on back there?
Yeah!
Even if I won't make a difference, it's still better than not even trying. With my mind made up, I do an about face. The first thing I notice is Holmes, who must have just turned around herself. Then, right in my line of sight, I spot it. A colossal, ominous black shadow. Just as Rowdy had said, it resembles a giant metal drum. Its figure, several meters tall, looms above us. It looks down, then rushes forward while emitting a shrill mechanical noise. Wait, that's... The trauma I suffered years ago resurfaces in my mind. This was the very same thing that attacked us back then. But why is it at the DA headquarters? So that's how it is. The comment slips from Holmes' mouth as if the presence of the thing confirmed her suspicions. She braces herself and lifts her fist before issuing her command. Don't turn back! I'll buy us some time, so you go on ahead. But... I said go! You're no match for it, even as a group. Damn moron! If anyone should be on the rear guard, it's me! Idea's far stronger than you, Rowdy. I know it's difficult, but we should trust her on this one. This is all my fault, all because of me. Someone else is going to... Save those tears for later. We need to figure out some way to deal with this. Despite our conflicted feelings, the group begins to run. But what should I do? Can I really just leave Holmes behind? Don't tell me I failed to protect you a second time. Don't make me repeat myself. Holmes glances my way. Her profile beams with a deep, genuine happiness. You've saved me once already. Now it's my turn to do the same for you. Okay. I still myself and turn my back to Holmes, and then take off in a sprint with every ounce of strength in my body, as if I'm running from the very reality unfolding behind me. I hear a grating, clangorous sound, as if something metallic was being struck. The overbearing noise that had been pursuing us now recedes into the distance. It must be Holmes' doing. She's the chief of the DA for a reason. Surely she can hold her own against that monstrous thing. Maybe, just maybe, my concern is misplaced. It'll be fine. If anyone can handle this and make it back safely, it's Holmes. It's fine, everything is fine. Thank you, Watto. After sensing Holmes' gratitude, I find myself turning around to face her. Behind me, I see a fountain of bright crimson spray into the moonlight. It catches the light briefly before showering down on the ground. A beautiful white figure is suspended amid the scarlet. Her presence, which felt so imposing only a moment ago, seems insignificant now. Her limbs, once graceful, now hang like a marionette with its strings cut. The sight seems so unreal. I doubt my own eyes, however. The sound of rending flesh and spraying blood snaps me back to reality. The blood of that pitch-black monster pierced through her slender body, arcing upward into the sky with strings of red. Damn. The merciless act is repeated once, twice, 3 times in the vivid, unadulterated display of violence. Psycho's body, which had barely remained standing, begins to sink limply towards the ground. Sigh. I try to yell, but no words come out. My throat quakes, unable to muster the sound. As her body slumps to the earth, my voice finally rings out. Psycho-chan! Psycho! And that concludes the demo. I hope you liked the video. If you did like it, hit that like button. If you want to see something else, I have various other games I've been playing on the channel, and I plan on playing more. I'm not actually sure what demo I'm going to next, but I mean, probably already done and saved and ready to be posted by the time you're actually watching this. I try to do my videos about a week in advance before they actually post to YouTube. Yeah. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.